Chapter 19. So, that's how it is, I mused. From Frederick's and Gabrielle's descriptions, I was able to piece together a rough idea of what had happened over the years. That should be enough to fool Jonathan. I didn't want him to know that I'd lost my memory, as that would just make the divorce proceedings even more complicated. But after hearing all that, I also couldn't help but feel introspective. Could the 25-year-old me really love someone to such an extent? That was something the current 18-year-old me couldn't even begin to comprehend. I was finding it very difficult to accept that not only had I suddenly become 7 years older, but I had also turned into the kind of love-obsessed fool that I had used to look down on. Just as I was chatting and laughing with Frederick, a familiar, chirpy voice sounded. "Isn't that Elise? Why is she with Frederick?" Then, as if suddenly realizing something, the voice continued. "It must be because Frederick saved her that day. So she's here to thank him. I'm sure Miss Sawyer isn't the type of person to meet men one-on-one in private." I turned around to find Jonathan suddenly standing there, with Alicia next to him. His dark eyes were staring at me, and there was no warmth in them at all. "I remember telling you that I don't like you hanging out with him." Frowning, I snapped. "We're about to get divorced anyway, so what's it to you?" I couldn't wrap my mind around the fact that I had cut my friends off just because Jonathan didn't like it. I could understand wanting me to maintain basic social boundaries, but why on earth could I not have any friends of the opposite sex? Jonathan stared at Frederick expressionlessly. "Thank you for saving my wife that day. I've already expressed my gratitude by giving you the Brindle West project. There's no need for you to meet in private anymore." Frederick gave a small smile, his expression slightly taunting. "That was you thanking me as Elise's husband, and today, I'm accepting her gratitude as her friend. Please don't confuse the two." The atmosphere instantly became tense. I really wasn't keen on seeing Jonathan and Alicia, so I grabbed my bag and said, "Let's go somewhere else, Frederick." However, he just shrugged and said, "I don't want to get mixed up in all this, so I'll head off first." With him gone, I didn't want to stay either. As I was about to leave, Jonathan grabbed my arm, his gaze icy. "Where are you going? What's it got to do with you?" I glanced at Alicia, who was standing behind him. "Go keep your woman company, and hurry up and send over the divorce agreement. Otherwise, she'll forever stay the secret mistress." Jonathan frowned as he opened his mouth, seemingly wanting to say something, but I had no intention of listening, so I shook his arm off and followed after Frederick. It was evening by the time I reached home. Maybe my actions had been too extreme in the past, and so Frederick still didn't really trust me right now, and he had probably only saved me that day because he didn't want to see me actually drown. Thus, I didn't bother him anymore. I still wasn't accustomed to this unfamiliar world. I needed to spend the next few days looking for a place to stay. Otherwise, I wouldn't even know where to go once I got divorced. When Jonathan saw me return, he walked over, his expression icy. "So, you remembered to finally come home?" His interrogative tone annoyed me greatly. "Can you stop keeping track of me? I only went out with a friend." "What has that got to do with you?" The moment those words left my mouth, a sharp pain stabbed at my temples, and blurry images popped into my mind. I took a step back and gripped the armrest of the couch tightly. It felt like I had heard similar words before. I suddenly raised my head and looked at him, my eyes completely bloodshot. I remembered. A crystal-clear image in my mind showed me that Jonathan had once said those exact same words to me. He had come home late after a business dinner. When I had asked him about it, he would impatiently dismiss me with those words. And now, I delivered those same exact words back to him.